Sponsored by the Big 98, Nashville's #1 for new country and the home of the Bobby Bones Show.
We're so thrilled to finally have on the show America's Sweethearts. You know them as Chapel Hart. I've got Tree, I've got Danica, and Devin. Ladies, thank you for joining the show.
Hello! Thank you for having us.
I feel like I know the three of you already, besides what we've done here in studio before the interview. But it's like, you know, America's Got Talent. I mean, wow. 4 judges.
Wow.
How many people get that?
Listen, I don't know, but I think we were the second ever group Golden Buzzer.
Wow.
And it still to this day feels like a dream. And we're like, what even happened?
Right.
I feel like, but even the three of us, it's hard for us to agree where we're going to go for lunch as our struggle today. So to have 4 completely different individuals or 5 completely different individuals who all kind of saw it and felt the same way and said, you know what, let's do it. Like, for me, I think the biggest thing was getting 5 people to agree on make one decision. So that was a super, super special moment.
Is this kind of like agreeing on the sunglasses you're going to wear for a show? Is that very similar?
Yes.
That's what I've heard from Derek. I mean, just...
Well, I'm telling you, look, it's like glasses or no glasses, like, and then which ones? It's a whole thing.
Well,
It's a thing.
I feel like everywhere I turn on the TV, you ladies have been on lately for all the right reasons.
Yes.
And it's got to feel good. Especially coming out of Mississippi and then out of New Orleans and everything, and it's like, and now it's like you're almost like Nashville natives.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because like it feels like we've been here for the last couple of years, but so now that we're officially in Nashville, I kind of feel like it's like the next chapter in our career.
Well, and I got to brag on you ladies too, because I mean you've got CMT, you know, talking you up and airing everything. You've also got the Opry on The Next Artist, and you're playing the Opry all the time.
Yes.
Which is amazing. And it's like going all of these different, you know, entities that are known for, you know, going in and listening to music are saying Chapel Hart.
That just, you know, it still seems so surreal. And I tell people, it's like, imagine having, you know, writing out your list of goals and all the things that you want to happen in a lifetime and have them all come true in a year. And so it's like the challenge now is to keep dreaming and keep setting your goals bigger and bigger. And one of the biggest ones for us was the Opry. Right. And you know, our debut was something that was so special. It was the most amazing moment of our lives, especially, you know, for me. But I think even more than that, I think every time we go, like, I love it more and more and more. And to have, you know, Opry members like Jeannie Seeley say, you guys reminded, she said, stopping by your room feels like the 90s in the Opry, where everybody was family. Everybody came in. Everybody was just like, she said, you guys bring that vibe. Look, I'm telling you. And it was just, it was just so special for her to even to say that to us, but to have that feeling and you know, and I think we're a little, our Mississippi really I think shows up sometimes before we even hit the room. Like I always tell folks, you'll hear us before you see us. And so
I think the last time we were there, somebody was like, I heard y'all, so I just followed your voices to come and find y'all.
She was like, I had to come say hey.
Yes, but I think that's kind of the beauty of the Opry, because the last time we performed, it was not only our 10th performance, but our 1-year anniversary. And after playing there for a full year, it's still you still get all the goosies, like it's the first time, but you also get that like that hometown feel, like from whenever Uncle Jim greets you when you walk in the door and then you head straight for the lemonade. It's
you're
like,
going through the security, you're going through the artist entrance.
We are, and I'm telling you, I said we just, and I love our relationship with the Opry there because it's the staff, it's the crew, it's the production team, and it's like everybody feels like our best friends, the musicians.
Well, you can tell also on it to where we were talking like with Randy Hart and somebody in the backup. It's like the musicians there want to take their pictures with you, because they're so thrilled to be playing with you ladies.
And that means,
and that says a lot.
It means so much, because they have seen it all.
Right.
And so for them to be like, oh my God, we got to get a picture before we leave. I love y'all. Like it just.
They don't realize we want to take a picture with them because like y'all are the masters.
Yes. But then even also for them to still like critique and talk about our music and talk about, and it just like, it makes my heart jump out of my chest. Because like I said, they've seen it and heard it all.
Right.
Anything that has come through Nashville, they've probably played it there.
And the Opry premiere was just a year ago.
Yes.
Which is hard, because I remember that. I remember when you ladies were on and it's like, now it's just like your regulars.
Right.
You know, Chapel Hart's back on the Opry.
I'm telling you.
I think we've definitely become a part of the Opry family, and I think that's why it's like such an honor to be like inducted into the like Opry next stage.
Right.
Opry, wait, that's why I think it's such an honor to be inducted into the Opry Next Stage artist class as well.
That's huge.
I feel like there's a lot of artists who have absolutely no clue that the Opry sells hot dogs. But let me tell you our relationship. Our relationship with the Opry when we come in, we have hot dog pushers, okay?
Yeah.
We
got
show up and they're like,
pushers.
y'all want hot dogs? You know we do. You know we do.
And you're having the hot tea in the back too.
Right.
You know, the sweet tea.
I'm telling you, Miss Lemonade, one day she brought out the strawberry lemonade, and I think I kissed that woman. I was like, how did you make this?
It's always so good.
Whenever there's a line at the pearly gates, St. Peter gonna be like, let Miss Lemonade, you skip them.
If it's a line, she can take my spot, okay?
Oh my God.
Go ahead of me.
Well, I've got to bring this up too. With Glory Days out now, and listening to this whole album, and there's so many great songs on here. You know, and certainly Glory Days in itself, perfect choice, and just your voices meld so well. But I got a lot of other favorites on there, like Dear Tequila.
Yes!
Listen,
I think there's no one who can speak on Dear Tequila. We're gonna send out our spokesman on this one.
listen, Dear Tequila. I think when Danica, when she showed me the song after she wrote it, she was like, Dev, I have your song. And I'm like, let me see. And I listened to it and I'm like,
Dev's a hard judge too. So like,
I'm like, you got me there. Like Dear Tequila is just,
I think I saw one tear roll down her
Yeah.
eye when she listened to it. It was like, this is it.
This is it.
But it's like that song, like anybody who's a tequila drinker, when they hear the song, they're gonna get it.
Right.
Yeah.
But you know what I liked about it though too was that it's not a party song for the sake of a party song.
Correct.
You know what I mean? It really has deeper meaning when you listen to it. There's depth to it.
It's that relationship that all of your friends say, just let it go. Just let it go.
You know, and I feel like everybody's so tech savvy. I love this song because this song, you had to go old school to pen and paper.
Right.
When you had to start off the letter, Dear John, Dear Tequila.
Exactly.
We gotta talk, okay? We gotta talk.
It's that toxic relationship.
Right. And it's like, and where it's like you gotta really start, you know, the first step is admitting, well, it's not, because guess what? It's you, Tequila, not me, okay?
It is.
If I think it over, it's you and not me.
I mean,
That's got to be requested though.
It's you know what? We're getting ready to go down to New Orleans. We hadn't played it live yet, and all of our fans in New Orleans were like, tell me you're playing Dear Tequila. So that's gonna be the debut in New Orleans.
And I mean, once again, you know, going back home like that to where you ladies got your start singing as children together, and then how the evolution has brought you to where you are now. And it seems like things just keep getting bigger and better.
Yes.
Yeah.
And now you're headlining your own The Glory Days tour.
Yes.
You know, I mean, how's that feel? I mean, now other bands are going to be open. I mean, who's going to open for you now?
Well,
It's
the
a
Glory,
struggle.
and it has been a struggle, first of all, because like, I think like in our minds, we were thinking, you know, when we get ready to go on the big girl tours, we're gonna be opening for this artist and that artist and this artist. But headlining your own tour is kind of like, it was kind of daunting at first because, we had like over 60 dates, like all around the U.S. And so we took that opportunity to do what we wanted done whenever we were beginning to build.
Right.
And so we invited a couple of our friends out with us on the road, like some people from AGT, other artists from different areas. And it was
How
like,
great.
Right.
Well, and I got to bring this up too, to where it's like you also had, the song with Billy Gibbons.
Yes.
To where he kicked in on you with you. I'm just like going, ZZ Top.
Look, Billy Gibbons he restored my faith that there are still good people in the world, and that celebrities still use their power for good. And he heard our song Jesus and Alcohol, and he was like, this is one of the coolest things I've heard in a decade. He was like, if y'all need help, if y'all need anything, let me know. And and we were like, we got a music video coming up.
Yeah.
He was like, I got you.
And then you did get T. Graham Brown too.
Oh my God! Listen, let me tell you.
I feel like Chapel Hart is like a magnet for other talent. It's like going, yeah, we'll do this with you.
Danica's birthday was a couple weeks ago, and we were trying to come up with stuff to surprise her with. and we got T. Graham Brown to send her a happy birthday
And I
video,
did not-
and Danica
I'm in
almost
love.
died.
She squealed.
I'm in
like,
love. Look, Darius Rucker sent me a message. I was like, go back to T. Graham. So I love you, Darius.
And in your spare time, you're also on Darius's song.
Yes. And let me tell you what, Darius is just like, he's just, I think that, you know, it's one thing to just kind of meet people and be like, this is my friend, but it's amazing to meet some cool people. Darius is just one of those folks, and so talented. And for that, even before AGT and kind of all of the like the big boom happened for us, Darius, he reached out probably a year before that and was like, ladies, I got this song and that I just hear y'all on. He was like, and he said, if would you mind? He said, if you don't mind, he said, I'd love to have you on it. And we were like, we'll take it. Like, thank you. He didn't even finish it. I don't think he finished typing. We were like, we'll take it. We'll do it. And so we got to do Old Church Hymn. We featured on the song Old Church Hymn with him.
Amazing. And he just got on the musicians Walk of Fame
Yes.
downtown.
And you know, and it's like I think to say that we're blessed, and I think even more importantly than the music, I think we're we're blessed for friendships and connection.
And it's a family. It feels like a family. Like as soon as
exactly
the three of you were in studio, and with Derek, it feels like family. You know what I mean? And I think that's why, you know, once again, like the late Loretta Lynn, really was fans of yours and wanted you guys to do that song.
Oh my God!
You know, and so you've already, besides we mentioned Billy Gibbons, we got Loretta Lynn. You know, we've got Dolly Parton.
Oh my gosh!
Tanya Tucker.
Yes.
The list goes on and on.
Listen, imagine getting the tweet from Dolly, and then a couple hours later you get the tweet from Loretta.
So you use all
In
of
the
the
same
lungs you
day.
have to scream because Dolly Parton.
and then you
now
get
you gotta
another
find
one.
more.
And you realize you just said that out loud. You said
And
a
it's
tweet
like-
from Dolly and a tweet from Loretta.
And that within
And the
hours of each
same
other, and I'm
day.
like, is this our life right now?
So when
There's no way that this is our life.
So when you find the other little breath that you have left because you used it all on Dolly, now you gotta figure out the breath to use it for Loretta. It's like that just. And I always tell people like when Dolly tweeted us, I lost it. I was like, she knows I'm alive. That's it. Like this is it. But Loretta's tweet was maybe more special to me because I love that. Like you said, it's like you know how you meet somebody and you instantly connect.
Yep.
And I feel like she was like, somebody somebody she was wanting to reach out to get us to come down and sit with her and say, hey, and make an introduction. And, but she could have very well just said, man, that song is so amazing. But almost in like auntie fashion, like I know my girls can do it. Won't y'all do something to one of mine too? And and I was like, she could have just said it was good and went on about her life.
But what a huge compliment.
It was such a compliment, and and I think at a time when we felt like in our career and our life that like. We were like, is the music, everybody think they baby cute. Everybody think their music is good. And so, but we were like, I said we had been in Nashville for probably like 4 or 5 years. And we're like, hey, listen at this. And everybody was like, it's good, but, or the people that we were running into and showing it's like, it's good, but if you write with this person, but you should be writing with this person. So it never felt good enough.
So we were really starting to ask ourselves,
Is the baby ugly?
But but also, as you ladies know too, a lot of times it's a mixed blessing when you're on a major, TV show with millions of people seeing you. It's like going, okay, what's next?
Right.
And how do you, utilize your gifts, which I think the three of you have, with the music, picking the right songs, and also who do you partner with? Musically that fits you.
Yeah.
And I think in regards to that, I think that we had the advantage of taking kind of the old school route first. Because I know a lot of people nowadays, they want to just blow up on TikTok or go on TV and do something. But if you don't put in the work, if you don't learn how to work a crowd, if you don't learn how to manage your sleep when you have to be on the road, it's kind of all for naught. If you, like you say, you have that big blow up moment, then there's nothing else to do.
What do you do with it?
We've been running with all cylinders firing for the last almost 10 years.
I love it though, because not a lot of people know that. Well, some of them do, and if you watch interviews, but some people don't know that we were so against. I was like pulling my mic, but a lot of people don't know that we were so against going on TV. It was just the weirdest thing. It was we had a fan who was like, y'all should go on America's Got Talent. They've got auditions coming up all that, and it was like, no, thank you. It's so nice of you, but no, because in our brains we only knew it. You get in the van, you go play the shows, you go to the next city, you build the fan base, you go back. So we were prepared for this. Okay, we had had already set in our minds. And so finally, after about 5 times, and we were supposed to do a run with the Indigo Girls, and it got canceled, and so the timing just kind of worked out, and. And which we ended, so we were like, you know what? But we did have to have that conversation where we were like, you know what? We want to look back on our music career and just say we did it all. You know what I mean? Like we want to look back and have no regrets. And so I always say, thank God we did. Like God has a way. Sometimes he got to knock you upside the head to tell you.
Yeah.
But
it's the point of us listening.
Right.
But also, they came scouting you. America's Got Talent.
Yeah.
It wasn't the other way around. A lot of people are like, please bring us on your show. No.
Right.
They came for Chapel Hart.
And it was and for us, like I said, it was a huge compliment. I think that but that it wasn't just like, man, y'all got like a cool social media. You got a lot of following, because we didn't really have that many following, but they like. She really loved the music, and she was like, the world needs to hear this.
Right.
She said, I listen to your music and I'm inspired. Like I listen to it, and she said, it takes me back. She said, very rarely do I like find myself getting lost in music. She said, and this is how I know it's special. Like she really would come with, like, she was like, this is the,
and to think after all of that pouring out, it was usually met with a, all right, but no thank you.
But I think what I like about the new album too, and certainly I've enjoyed all the music that you ladies have created, but with Glory Days, all 3 of you are able to shine in these songs. It's like, it's not like just one person standing out. And I think that speaks to the family.
Yeah.
I think that speaks to that relationship, and certainly the early days, with your previous band and everything in New Orleans, to where, and a lot of people think it's like, well, they're an instant success. You paid your dues.
Oh, look.
And so it's here, you've gotten this for a reason.
I think that I feel like that was, which is probably the downside when we got here. And which was, I always tell people, if we had better sense, we would have came to Nashville first to do country music. Somehow we were like, let's do country music and go to New Orleans. We got there, all the musicians was like, girl, nobody play country music here. So, but for 5 of the 10 years we've been doing this, we were in the wrong location doing the wrong, and somehow convinced the people in New Orleans that they needed country music.
But you were building a fan base.
But we were paying dues, and not here. So I think when we got to town, it felt very much so like, you don't just come here and for 1 month think that you're gonna. And it was like, no, we've been stomping the pavement,
But it shows also with the harmonies and with all the songs. I mean, and we were joking earlier about the endorsements, besides the sunglass endorsement that's coming, but also Ford trucks, with the new song.
Let me tell you what.
So I understand it's like, you guys did a show and they powered the whole show with the truck.
Yes. So for so for the People's Choice Awards, we performed our song "This Girl Likes Fords" from
Great
that
song.
Glory Days
Because
album.
she do.
Yes, and yes, it was powered by Ford, and I think at this point, Ford, we have to do something.
Totally.
Right?
I gotta do something.
Yeah.
I love it though,
And with
because
sunglasses hot.
there you go. Look, right.
Ford sunglasses.
Right. I'm telling you what, the creative genes, the juices here are flowing.
Yeah, because Derek is really he's already carving out space for more sunglasses.
There you
so I think
go.
got
That's
room.
what we've got to get with Ford to do a special collaboration. Like there should be a glove box and then like a sunglass case that pulls out.
Just like
I
the
was
old CD
I was
ones, but
gonna
for
say
sunglasses.
they do have the sunglass thing ahead,
Not
but you
enough.
need it.
I need a tray that pulls out.
And it needs to be blinged out too.
There you
like
go.
those ones you had on
you
earlier.
You know me.
Come
and
on.
But I think that we've been Ford girls our whole lives. So to have Ford say, look, we'd love for y'all to represent us at the People's Choice, the first ever People's Country Music Choice Awards. And so like it was such a special moment, but also too, like, I think that you finally get those moments where you breathe and go, oh man, like our songwriting is paying off. And we were talking to a couple of the reps and they were just like, y'all are so amazing. And I was telling her, she was like, we're gonna have to do a This Girl Likes Ford series where we do like a series of like girl Fords. I was like, that is what I'm talking about.
How
So-
incredible. I mean, with the songs, with everything, with the music videos, everything else you've been doing. And I got to bring this up too, in your spare time, international artist. I mean, international songs, internationally recognized in Scotland and in the UK.
Oh.
So I assume the international tour is branching out for 2024.
Look,
Yeah.
we're hoping. So we went to the UK for the first time for the Lone Grove Festival, and when I tell you, we got to experience another level of fandom that
American fans, you're great, and we
wasn't
love
ready.
you. But the UK fans
UK
have,
is
oh
crazy.
my, it was insane. So we went with Color Me Country Radio with host Reese Palmer, who is absolutely a beautiful and amazing human being. And so we went there for the Long Road Festival for that, and it's this beautiful, cute, it's on the front porch stage. So there's this, and it's built to be like this intimate moment where everybody kind of sits around, and it should feel like you're outside and kind of playing for your friends who are like listening. Beautiful vibe. So we went out to do sound check, and there was a good bit of people out there, and we were like, all right, let's go, crowd. We came back, and the crowd was just pouring for like miles. We're like, where did these people come from? And to watch the fans in the UK sing along to the songs on the Glory Days album that like we were feeling like we just like released this, and we're like, no one's gonna know. They may know you can have them, Jolene. They were just singing. We were like, yo, is this real?
This is crazy.
How incredible. But also when you play to those audiences, it's like a listening room.
Yes.
To where they really, they are paying. And like you said, they know the lyrics, they know the songs. And that was so early after the album had released, and they know it all.
That's crazy to me. That's the part that's really crazy.
So now you're going to have to go back.
Right? That's what
I feel like before we even left the first night, they were like, you're going to be back here again next year, right? We were like, wait, huh?
Yeah.
And then like people, as we're walking across, we'll see y'all at this other festival. We're like, what?
Do you know something that we don't?
And we've got a way of like spoiling our fans. Like, everybody's like, y'all are so like personable with your fans.
Right.
Like I always tell people, we don't have boundaries, and it's unhealthy, and we know it. Okay, we don't want to hear about it. And so our UK fans, they learned quickly. If when we were finished, if they would just boo whoever was next, they were like, we can at least get one more song.
Right.
And they're so spoiled.
And
I was
that
like,
took me by surprise
stop it.
because
Who
usually
boos a DJ?
He was just
British
like,
people are so
Can y'all
polite.
come back?
Who does that?
So we had to like,
But it's because how great the music was, how great you performed.
And the connection, the people were just so amazing, and so they showed us so much love, and they waited patiently in line as we were understaffed, and they were like 1 minute, but they were so kind, and so hopefully there'll be some UK dates and Canada
Yeah, because you're big in Canada as well. And Scotland.
Canadian.
Yes.
If
we
I
gotta
could
go
talk,
all
this
over.
job would be easy.
It's just like a Simpsons thing to where they're going to have to give you the name of the city and the country
Now,
you're in.
No,
I
this
really
one
hope
you
so
gotta
because
tell her for real,
there's been
because-
times we've been on stage because like whenever we're on when we're on the road, we usually open the show with Glory Days. And she'll replace Michigan with the name of whatever city we're in. And it was one of those, like, we really had a genuine, like, musicians moment because, like, we didn't know where we were. And
I
we were
was
on
looking
the
around
stage,
for every
and
landmark.
she's like,
Where
we still
are we?
made it. And she was like, where are we? Where are we? Where are we? Where are we? I was like, Cincinnati. And then she was like, wait, no, I said Cleveland because it was the wrong city.
And literally, like, seconds before I needed to say it, she was like, Cincinnati. I was like, just by the buzzer.
But there was also that one show where you
was
forgot
Kansas
and
City,
you were
and that's
like, we still made our show up and
Hey! And everyone looks at me like, what is wrong with
It's good to have a backup.
There you go, right? Because
Just in
anybody can
case.
live in, hey, you just filling in.
And that's when you turn the mic on the crowd and go, your city.
There you go, right? Help me.
Well, then obviously you've got some cool new merch. With the new album, and so it's out on the website and everything too.
yes, all of the new merch it's on the on our website. And let me tell you something. We have some items on there that really just kind of spice things up. I don't think a lot of people have these like merch items, but our fans are spoiled. Anything they ask us to get, we're gonna get. If y'all want puzzles, you got puzzles.
And they asked for slides, and like I have to say, like Danica, she is like the sandal queen, and I was
Flip-flop
like,
queen.
Today I'm being fancy.
I was like, and it wasn't until I actually saw them, the slides are where it's at.
Well, I'll tell you what, I think there's going to be a lot more huge success in the coming year for Chapel Hart.
Come on.
Once again, Tree, Danica, and Devin, for Chapel Hart. Thank you, ladies, for coming on the show.
Thank you.
Sponsored by the Big 98, Nashville's #1 for new country and the home of the Bobby Bones Show.